Hello and welcome everyone, my name is Ussur and happy International Star Wars Day! May the 4th be with you. I am playing Star Wars Rebellion, one of my favorite games of all time. It is old, like 1990s old, quite old. I'm also speaking my, I'm also wearing my I Speak Wookiee shirt, although I don't know that you can see it very well, but oh yeah, you probably can. There we go. Which I can't, actually. I can't pull that off, but I love the shirt. So, let's start up as the Empire, because fuck the rebels! Fuck them, right in the ear. Alright, so what this game does is it puts you in control of the entire galaxy. I had to do a patch that skips through the sequence where the droid kind of explains everything.
Might I offer a suggestion?
You can shut your fucking mouth. That's what you can do. Okay, I'm gonna have him auto-manage my garrisons.
I am most willing to supervise our
So he will
garrisons.
build troops for me wherever they are needed. You can build ships. Let's go ahead and get started. You can, at this facility, build construction yards, so you can build more facilities. You can build shipyards, which is what we're going to do here. And your job is basically complete and total domination over the entire galaxy. That's what you're trying to do. We have our normal troops. We have TIE fighters, which is a squadron of TIE fighters. They will defend the planet. They'll be on your ships. My favorite, Thrawn. I start with Thrawn. That's badass. Okay. Now, what I typically do is I send all my people back here to Coruscant, where the Emperor and Vader will recruit. And then they will check to see, because everybody has a random chance to be a Jedi in this game. And so I always send them back there and find out the Jedis right away, because you get a nice stat boost. You become better at everything. The more Jedi, the better. On the Rebel side, I even had Lando Calrissian as a Jedi before. It's ridiculous. I shouldn't say everyone. I bet you Han Solo can't be a Jedi just because he's known not to be one. Okay, Star Destroyer. I'm just checking to make sure my Star Destroyers have certain things. Like this one needs a Stormtrooper, and it also needs multiple TIE squadrons. I don't seem to have anybody where I need them. Nothing on that planet? Wow, okay. Where are my people? There we go. Oh, good, we got Pelayan. Pelayan is a diplomat. So, you send him on a mission to a planet with low Imperial approval, which is the green, or a neutral planet, and he will do diplomacy and try and sway that planet to your way of thinking. I think I'd rather have him make sure that one doesn't go into an uprising. Okay, I'm just gonna build these Carrack light cruisers. They're one of the quicker big ships you can build. Like, it takes 100 days, which is quite some time. I can build a Death Star. That takes 2,336 days. No. You need to have more shipyards before you could tackle that, because each one cuts the current time in half. Dreadnought's a bigger ship. This is just a TIE fighter carrier. Imperial Star Destroyer takes 400 days, over a year to build an Imperial Star Destroyer. And right now, I just want to pump ships out. Like, that's... Ah, Vader! Oh, boy. Okay, Vader, you're gonna help out Pelayan before we start our recruitment drive?
As you wish.
Clearly, Grammel's not a Jedi, because he was sitting there with Vader. So he gets to go off and actually start doing things. Except he's here all alone, and I can't really do anything with him. I have literally nothing going on for me right now. I really do. Alright, Ozzel, get your butt back there. Oh, who do I have here? I didn't even look. Piet! Yes, that's right, Piet. He is a diplomat. And I need to get him busy. Good. General Veers will do troop research, so let's get him going. So one of the conditions that you must do as the Empire, you must keep the Emperor from being kidnapped, and you have to keep Coruscant. Like, if the rebels capture Vader, the Emperor, and Coruscant, game over, you lose. It doesn't matter how well things have been going for you, you're now stuck. I don't have any construction facilities, so as soon as I get that shipyard built, I need to find a place that has these little blue ticks. Those are unused areas, so Umgul will be perfect. And build some construction yards. Alright, so I'm gonna put Thrawn as the general. Now, if you're stationed on a planet, what the general does is whether you're a planet or not, he is in charge of the stormtroopers, war droids, dark troopers, whatever you've got. He will also prevent enemy missions on Coruscant. Like if someone was trying to come in and scout the planet, he stops them. I'm gonna make Nita the commander, who he is now in charge of all the TIE Fighter squadrons. So his leadership rating gives them a boost of efficiency. The higher the leadership, the better, which is why Thrawn is so wonderful, because he's got 174. No one's going to come close to that. And this is our message system, which tells us what's happened. The fleet arrived at Coruscant. Vader's doing his diplomacy. I got a troop training research. For the most part, it just says it's ongoing. Do you want me to continue? Like, I can cancel Vader at any time, but I'm not going to. I can cancel Vader. Fuck Vader. And that's why I went after Kothlis's support for the Empire. When you have low support, they smuggle resources off. You have your maintenance, you have your refined materials, and you have your mines. And usually I have the droid in charge of production, but right now I'm not going to let him, just because as soon as this is done, I need that construction yard to build construction yards. In fact, I think I might do it here and put 3 here.
From the Emperor.
150, wow. Okay, so Zuggs is awesome. He is now my commander. Nita, you're gonna go up to the fleet, and I'll just go ahead and make you a general so we have double protection over enemy missions, because it's Coruscant, and I'll be damned if I'm gonna let the rebels do anything to my capital. What's this? Construction yard idle. Fantastic. Okay, so we set the destination, and then we build, and we should be able to build. We got training facilities where you build troops. The refinery gets you more refined materials and maintenance. You've got guns for your planets, a shield, but I want the construction yard. Now, once that's done, I'll let the droid have some freedom, because I'll also be taking over these planets, and these planets are going to have things they need. Whether it's, sometimes they come with a troop training facility. So if I built 2 more there, all of a sudden I'm pumping troops out fast. Fast-ish. Like, in a perfect world, I would have 6+ of whatever it is. Like, construction yards, shipyards, training facilities, because I want that Star Destroyer pumped out in 40 days instead of 400. Good. We are done. That planet fully supports us. You'll also gain support from planets you own in the system if you get new planets. If you convince new planets to join you, the other planets in the system are like, oh hey, that kind of reinforces the decision we made. Yeah, maybe the Empire is the way to go, and so they like you a bit better. Oh good, Avaram joined. We have a new planet. Slow it down. What do they do?
Concerning popular support for the Empire.
Well, that works out perfectly. We've got
One
2
of our
more.
agents is reporting in.
The first one will take 40 days to build. The second one will take 20 days to build. So, it says 80 days to build them both, but it doesn't take into account. That's 80 days at current production speed. And we have our first ship pumped out. Okay. Because we've got 2 now. So that allows us to think about a Victory class Star Destroyer, which isn't as good as the Imperial, but it's a big ship and it does do damage. Go ahead and put it here. I want to build this fleet up. And as soon as I get the chance, these are troop transports with no guns whatsoever. As soon as I get the chance, I will be taking the guys off of this ship and scrapping it, because I'd rather have the scrap at this stage in the game and get rid of these useless ships. All they do is carry people. Like, I will have 1 victory and then a 2nd victory, and that will handle almost all of the people who are on these 2 ships. I'd rather have scrap so I can build something better. Something with guns. Hello? Jeez. One of the things heroes are good for is doing missions. And so I'm gonna use 2 because I want to make sure I succeed. So we select an enemy planet, we get Incite Uprising. That requires leadership. You need to have leadership if you want to be successful. Espionage does not. It just requires that your character has a high espionage rating. And these 2 guys, although I didn't look at their stats, these 2 guys are both, they do espionage and killing. That's what they're good for. You have quite a few people who do that. So, like, if there's no troops, I can just blow up these 2 shield generators. Because if you have multiple shield generators and you decide, I'm gonna fly my fleet over there and assault the planet to take it over, the shield generators, if you have multiple, you can't do a planetary assault. You can do a planetary bombardment and target military facilities, civilians, or just general. But if you miss, because you don't have a perfect rating on it, if you miss and you hit civilians, they get pissed off. And it makes the planet like you less. Even though I'm playing Empire, I try and do this with as little,
one of our agents is reporting in.
As little, like, pissing people off and making an uprising as possible, because it just takes longer. It's not that I care, like, it's just an efficiency thing. That makes me sound pretty goddamn horrible.
One of our agents is reporting in.
Their mission is done. Espionages take a while. They're like one of the longer, just one-shot missions to complete. He succeeded, and he also got information on Delia, which is in a different system. I don't really care about it right now. What do we got? Nothing. Those Bothan spies can do espionage missions. They're not near as good as a hero at it, but they can. But basically, they have 2 shield generators. I'm gonna blow them up right away. Uh-oh. 3 systems join the enemy? Oh my god. Okay, Plan, you need to hurry up with Sluisvan and get that done so I can start working on the rest of these. Oh wow. Mon Calamari, hello! And as a construction yard, I could turn this into construction yard heaven if I take that. I know where I'm going next. Because by the time I get Mon Calamari, I'll have at least 1 here.
There is a message from the Emperor.
In fact, if you look here, you can see 2 of them are en route in hyperspace. It's just, I gotta wait till they show up. Cool, I got another killer.
As you wish.
So these guys, they have the espionage, they have the combat, they don't really have diplomacy and leadership. Now, especially with Jedi, you can do diplomacy on like certain planets that you conquer and just put the Jedi there and randomly he's going to succeed. And you can eventually build them up because Jedi get better gains than non-Jedi. You two, no, you two are going to go blow up that. Now, Garinden had more espionage, so he's going to be a decoy. And that'll almost guarantee that we get it. Uprising begins on Karita. I was trying to avoid having that sort of thing happen. I think there's someone there. Yeah, when you have an uprising, you need a minimum of 6. I think there's someone there stoking the fires. And the big problem is if they succeed, like if you throw off the rebels on Delia, everybody gets a huge boost in your favor. Like the uprising succeeded, yay! And they switch sides. They get a huge increase in popular support. And so, like, seriously, if they take Kurita for me, it could be that they take the whole system. Target was not destroyed. What are you guys doing? God. Okay, let's try these two again. Be a better decoy. Damn it.
There is a message from the Emperor.
And he failed to recruit someone. There's probably 40 or 50 heroes in the game, all with different skill sets, different strengths, weaknesses, but they all basically fit into a certain category. Oh, thank God Darth is here. So he hasn't sensed a Jedi. That doesn't mean there aren't any here. I really want Thrawn to be a Jedi. Really. It's only happened, I think, once for me. Because he's my favorite character.
There is a message from Lord Vader.
In almost all of Star Wars, he's my favorite character. Let's send this fleet down there. We've got the shields gone. We can do a planetary assault and take it over and make them like us. We're going to do that. Alright, fleet is here. My guys just got back, so let's hope Vader figures out... Commander Zuggs. Zuggs has been here the whole time. It took Vader 4 days to figure out he was a Jedi. 4 days! What are you doing, Darthy boy? Boom. Yuvina is now mine. Let's make them love me, which is a very weird thing to say and do. And Vader, we are doing recruitment. Vader and the Emperor are the only ones who can do recruitment for the Imperials. For the Rebels, you could do Luke, Han, possibly, I think, Leia and Mon Mothma, the president of the Rebels. So you have a bit more options to get your people out. Which is good for the Rebels because they shipyard idle on Yuvina. Did I take care of that? Oh! Yeah, that's right. Okay, so we're gonna build one. You are going to build some ties.
There is a message from Lord Vader.
I think we're pretty good. Go ahead and manage
One
production.
of our agents is reporting in.
That should get us going where we can get... Yeah, like he's already building refineries and shit. That's something I haven't showed off. Different troops. I don't know why they're building Imperial Army regiments. Because if you look at them... The maintenance cost is low. The attack strength of 3. Which, you're showing... AT-AT walkers, they do not have an attack strength of 3 because the Stormtrooper regiment has an attack strength of 6. They have a higher defense and bombardment defense than AT-AT walkers. Stormtroopers are not superior to AT-ATs, okay? Also, they have no greed death commandos in the game. They're ugly. Ooh, ugly. They are assassins. You also have probe droid does espionage. You have an espionage droid as well, and the Imperial commandos will do insurrections against different people. They just aren't as good as a hero. Nothing really is. We got TIE bombers in our research. They don't really fight very well against other fighters, but they will hammer capital ships with their missiles. Absolutely wreck them. I'm gonna just build 12, and they'll be stationed on Coruscant for the time being. I captured Han Solo? At Kurita. That's who was stirring the shit. Rabble-rousing on Kurita, Han? Bastard. Oh. I need to get this fleet. Now that Uvina is safe, I need to get it back. That fleet helps protect your smuggling losses. So once you get to a certain enough support, I want my fleet stationed at Coruscant protecting the capital. Plan, excellent work. Let's go after DNAB next. I need... You know what? Let's protect the shipyards here. Oh, you're done? Oh my god, already? Wow! Hey. This is gonna be good. Advanced training facility, that's the first one you develop. It's gonna be a while before I get advanced shipyards, but I'm going to turn this into shipyard heaven. Umgul will be where I build my ships. That's going to take about 80 days right now, and once we get another one, it'll cut that cost or that time down. So I'm gonna be pumping out some ships. This is going well. It doesn't normally go this well. I mean, you guys watch my channel, you know things don't normally go this well for me. This is going excellently. No! Why? I swear his Jedi rate is higher than anybody else's. I'm upset because he doesn't do shit. He is a researcher. He can research anything you want. But when it comes to espionage, combat, leadership, diplomacy, he is garbage. He is only useful in research. But I did get Tanis recently. He is a diplomat. So I'm gonna send him to one that's already kind of friendly, and he will help us get through that. So upset! Unfortunately, none of these people are Jedi. Vader's been on and off the planet enough to know, which in Screed's case, he has a very high Jedi rate as well, from what I've noticed. He is almost always a traitor to the Empire. As you get into the later stages of the game, when you're getting the rebellion wiped completely off the map, almost always a traitor. It's ridiculous. Okay, so Fleet 1, an Imperial Star Destroyer, big time powerhouse. The Rebels have nothing at the start of the game that can compete with that. 2 Vix, a Carrack, which is a support ship. It does anti-starfighter stuff for the most part. It can also hit bigger ships. Turbo lasers affect big ships. Laser cannons affect fighters. Ion cannons also affect big ships. It's more, and it has an arc,
a message from the Emperor.
Like starboard, port, forward, and rear firing. It's got an arc for everything. I mean, they put so much into this game. You've got your hyperdrive rating. That can become damaged in battle. I haven't got to a battle yet. And so you can't hyperspace away. You've got your hull. You can have your ship blown up. That's how much you heal. 30. I'm not sure what the max rate is. Shield recharge, shield strength, tractor beam, engines, so you can have a ship that's just dead in the water. It can't move anywhere. It can't move on the battle map. It can't do anything. So there's a lot to this game. The learning curve, like if you're doing it the first time, is fucking through the roof. I mean, yes, another diplomat. But I want to wait till Vader comes back and checks his Jedi rating. Usually you have to give Vader 3 or 4 days to check it, and even then, sometimes it's not enough. Recruitment is done.
One of our agents is reporting in.
I've got 2, and one of them's useless. Like, the only one who's useful is Zuggs. Let's see what that did to his... It won't boost leadership, but it boosts your diplomacy, your espionage, and your combat. If I worked hard enough on it, his diplomacy could come up and he would be great at all 4 things. Which I will. Because when you look at the truly great Jedi Master, he's a Jedi Master. No, he's not. He's great at all 4 things. I mean, leadership of 162, he's second to Thrawn. Maybe the Emperor, because the Emperor has pretty good leadership. But yeah, I really want to give it a few more days. I need more Jedi.
There is a message concerning popular support for the Empire.
The only other option we might have is Nita, who's up here. And because he's on the ship, he's separate, so he's not quite the same. But I need to get Bin Isada to work. I want this whole system with 100% popular support as quick as possible. And then I'll branch them out. Like, I have my power base, then I branch them out and start taking over everything else. Now, these guys, my killers, like Noble Geraint, who are the killers, I'm gonna have to start sending out to places, preferably places with like a high support. Like I can have them mess around with these guys. But that might be my next goal is Palpatine's got 166. He and Vader were probably the same when I started recruiting. You can have Palpatine lead, but the thing is he gives a permanent upgrade of what is it, 30? Maybe 40 to leadership rating if he's on Coruscant. So, like Griff, you take away 40 points, it might even be 50. All of a sudden, his leadership rating, it's there, but it's not that impressive. Training your Jedi, you can level your Jedi up from a novice, I think is the lowest rank. I don't even know what Zuggs is. Let's look. He's a novice. You can train him. He'll get to Jedi student, he'll get to Jedi Knight, and then he becomes Jedi Master, which is a really weird thing to say about Sith. That's not the way the Sith ranking works, but anyway, you can still train them. It takes roughly, if there's some randomness to it, it takes roughly 90 days, which is a long time to have. Vader's your best hero right out the gate. He is good at everything. You can put him anywhere, you can do anything with him. I mean, you're looking at maybe 800 days to get a Jedi Master sometimes.
A manufacturing message has been received.
Ah, there's the final one.
There is a message from one of your
4
field
days
personnel.
to build it. 4 days to build something that would normally take 40, and it'll be even quicker when I get number 6 up.
One of our agents is reporting in.
Oh, we're in a good spot. Oh, we're in a good spot. Now, if I just get the advanced shipyard...
Maximize the output of all Imperial mines and refineries. What do you desire?
We got the Death Star shield complete. Which means, like, when I get... Well, this should just be a TIE facility. Just pump out TIE fighters. I want to keep you busy for a while. You know what? 50 is a nice, solid number. Just pump out TIE fighters. I don't care how long it takes. That way, if I have them, I can send them to different ships that need them. Okay, this is ready. Let's see what we got. 76 days, that's good. However, I saw something. We opened the Lancer frigate, the most deadly starfighter killer in the game. I'm going to build as many as I have shipyards. That is crucial because the Rebel ships have shields. Imperials don't, unless you're talking the TIE Defender. But killing their fighters off is so important because their fighters will own yours, and then they will start pounding on your capital ships. Now, the Imperial capital ships pound on the Rebel ones, but if they have enough fighters left over, you're in trouble, because Star Destroyers don't do
There appears to be some negative
shit
news about
against a
support
fighter.
for the Empire.
They're these big, impressive ships, and they kill
One of
other
our
big
agents is
ships
reporting
quickly,
in.
but they can't hit X-Wings. So it's important to have a lot of Lancers. The quicker you
There is a
kill
message from
off
one of your field personnel.
those X-Wings, A-Wings, Y-Wings, and B-Wings, the better. TIE Interceptor! Also, I heard the notification for Darth Vader. He is a trainee now, which is better than a novice. I forgot there was trainee too. Oh, Piet! Didn't realize you were there. Get to work. Let's see what that did to his stats. Slight boost. He's slightly better at diplomacy, espionage, combat. It won't ever affect his leadership, like I said. if you successfully complete a mission, like just a destruction mission, or inciting an uprising, you get 1 point to whatever stat. So 1 point to leadership, 1 point to combat. This will build up multiple points, and sometimes when you have that random where he makes the jump to Jedi student, you're talking 10, 15 points for one mission complete. Now, it takes a lot of time, but it's worth it in the end. Having 2 Jedi Masters, you're going to destroy a lot of stuff.
One of our agents is reporting in.
And what I often like to do is take 2 Jedi Masters on a big fleet. This one's sort of a big fleet. It's getting there. Oh, my Dreadnought's done.
A manufacturing message.
You take them, you have plenty of, troops, and a couple of the espionage combat guys like Labinsat or Noble Geraint, whatever. Whoever you like. And you just go to rebel planets. Vader can do the diplomacy afterwards, so he'll make them like you. So you'd take them to Orto, you'd have the heroes destroy everything. Troops, shields, guns, everything that's on the ground that you can possibly find. Like, you'll destroy the fighters when you get to the planet. You'll start a fight. Everything on the ground you destroy, which gives them a boost to their skills. And then you do the planetary assault. Your troops take it over completely unopposed. The planet typically won't go into uprising because you'll hit them with enough troops to prevent that. And then you have Vader make them like you. It's kind of a ridiculous loop, and that will be the bulk of the game once you get like your power base set up. That's what you're going to be doing. And I can see why a lot of people wouldn't necessarily like that. I love it. It's very fun for me watching my people spread, and yes, I do have a rebel side. I don't always just play Imperial, but the Imperials have the cooler ships, period. It's not even close. Plus, you can get the Death Star. The Death Star can, when you're in a battle, it can fire on their capital ships every so often, completely obliterate it. It also houses ungodly amount of fighters. In fact, we're gonna look just because I'm curious. Fighters and troops, even.
Manufacturing message has been received.
24 fighter squadrons, 18 troops. That's game-changing. You get an extra 24 fighters, and then it has enough troops to invade 3 different planets and not have an uprising without replenishing any troop supplies. You can just boom, 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 hit them, and then have your diplomats do their job. We have someone done here. He has nothing to do. Literally nothing. So what we're going to do is have him fix Talus. By the way, I forgot to mention this. I'll be playing SWG tomorrow on International Star Wars Day. I will try and get that video up as quick as I can. Hopefully same day. Talus is where my home is in Star Wars Galaxies. One of my favorite planets. It is so cool. Nice, blue, green, a very cool planet. It's not super populated. It's in the Corellian system. It's not as important as Corellia. But I really love that planet. Just the visuals and everything else that you see on that planet of, nice. I grew up in almost a desert, and so all we had was, sagebrush. Everything looked dead most of the year. There wasn't much in the way of green. So I appreciate planets where there are things that actually are living and don't look like they're scorpion-infested death. Okay, we're gonna build some TIE interceptors and then go to Orto and see if we can get into a battle. It only takes 4. Victories only carry 2. That's why Imperials are so much better. They're bigger ships. They carry 6. They have more guns. But Victories are good support ships. Once this is done, we will start building our Imperials. It's not going to take very long. It's going to take 8 days. And that will be our big guns to really tear shit apart. But we're going to go see if we can't pick a fight. Here we go. I knew there'd be a battle. What do we got?
One of our agents is reporting in.
Okay, it's not impressive at all. I'm gonna do something here. I want to make sure my my ties don't get messed
The
up.
fleet is ready, Admiral. We await your orders.
So I think this DG Voodoo is a patch. There's a patch that you kind of have to download to help this game perform. This, like I said, it's an old game. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna tell our TIE fighters, go back to your carrier ship.
Blue Group acknowledges mission assignment.
I don't want them getting messed around. Now, one of the things you need to do, or you should do, is do the surround tactics before you
Task
do
Force 1
anything else.
acknowledges. Assuming formation.
Now we got fighters,
Task Force
that's all
1
we've got.
acknowledges mission assignment.
but in
Task
later
Force 2
stages of the
acknowledges.
game,
Assuming formation.
you can
Task Force
have
2 acknowledges
in a
mission
task
assignment.
force like
Task Force 3 acknowledges.
12 ships.
Assuming
You've got these
formation.
huge
Task Force 3
fleets.
acknowledges mission assignment.
The guys
Task
out
Force
on the
4
end
acknowledges.
won't be able to hit your
Assuming
target
formation. Task
unless
Force
they're
4
in the
acknowledges mission
surround
assignment.
tactics. Now I know this looks pretty rough. Again, try and remember the era of this, but you can zoom in nice and close. You can look at your ship. It doesn't look great. I get that. This is more about gameplay than graphics. I can't believe they're actually attacking me, so they're going to be going after my big dog.
Task Force 1 reporting.
And boom.
Target destroyed.
We are tearing them up. It won't be long. They can't do much damage. I just don't understand why the rebels fought. Sometimes the AI, I don't understand, because
The rebel
they could have not sacrificed those ships in a battle they couldn't win. They could have not.
One of our agents is.
That's good. Still a trainee? That's 3 missions! Oh man, look at that. If I remember right, it was at like 12 or 11. Huge growth. He's up to 42 diplomacy, which means he's getting really better at that. Problem is how long it's taking. Now, where did that happen? They're assaulting Karita. Sons of bitches, they took the whole sector.
There is a message from one of your field personnel.
Alright, finally. The assault transport. This is the fastest ship in the game, as far as I remember. So what I'm going to do, I don't want part of this fleet. It carries, I think, 1 troop? Yeah. But it is the perfect scout.
Manufacturing message has
So,
been received.
one of the things you have is a bunch of unknown sectors. That planet could be rebel, it
One
could
of
be
our
neutral,
agents is reporting in.
it could be one you can't control. But until you get a fleet there or do an
There
espionage
is a
mission,
message from one
you
of your
don't
field
know.
personnel.
And look, you have the core systems that you know about, which, by the way, it's not going so well anymore. But you have all these unknown sectors, which are huge.
manufacturing
There's so
message
much
has been
more out
received.
there. And there's, of course, Yavin, which I need to go and wreck at some point. But you have all these unknown sectors. You could have 0 planets in any particular sector you can take. Or you
Research
could
and
have
development
all of
is
them.
transmitting a message.
That's almost a impossibility. A statistical impossibility. But
One
it
of our
could
agents is
happen.
reporting in.
Advanced shipyard.
Lord Vader.
Okay, I'll stop for Vader. Jedi student!
A
Yeah!
manufacturing message has been received.
Oh, 142, 149, 150, and he's up to 48 diplomacy. Now, I need to... I've been busy getting these advanced shipyards up. What I need to do is get Jer Gerard's ass over here so I can check him. Playin, who can also be a commander. Ah, good, all my people are here. But he's best as a diplomat. I've been just like hammering away on that, trying to do as much as I can to get those shipyards done. I haven't paid attention to this. So, Farrier, Mendo, espionage. Oh, I did it wrong! Or you need to do, and I forgot about it, this Decoy. That increases your chances of success so much, especially if there's a general. It's mandatory. In case anybody's wondering, it's absolutely mandatory. You have to do that. Let's go slow a little bit, but I need Vader to hurry the fuck up.
There appears to be some negative news.
Find out if that's a
support for
Jedi.
the Empire.
Okay, scrap. Boink.
One of our
Last
agents
one
is
will be
reporting in.
coming. Here we go. What's our espionage report? Did you guys succeed? Yes, you did. Oh, Crix Medine. He's a problem. Big time problem. Now, the Empire has in its rare ability the assassination. Even if it fails, it has a chance of hurting him. You can permanently kill the rebel characters. Rebels don't do that, they just abduct people. But if you injure someone, they cannot be a general anymore. And I think the problem I'm running into here, and it may not be solved by these guys, is there's too many troopers on the planet.
One of our agents
Oh, I got
is
one.
reporting in.
Oh, that'll help. That'll help a lot. The less troops that can detect you, the better off you are. Yeah, build my assault transport. I feel like I need more lancers. We're going to start exploring the galaxy.
One of our agents is reporting in.
Yeah! You guys are kicking ass! You didn't do a
There is
very
a
good job
message from one of your
assassinating,
field personnel.
but when it comes to assassinating an entire regiment of troops, they're fine. I don't
One of
know
our
why
agents is
they order
reporting in.
people in a certain way, but oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Hey, where's that Chenier Rix guy? I need another killer. I lost one. Let's get two for right now. Son of a bitch. That shit does happen from time to time. You have people die on you. Oops. I'm not reserved. 691, we have our Star Destroyers done. We're gonna just power through it. I don't care what's going
There is a
on.
message from an Imperial
Exploring
fleet
other
indicating it has
systems,
reached
whatever.
its
I want
destination.
that Star Destroyer done so I can make more ships.
One of our agents is reporting in.
Now, this fleet,
There
it
is a
seems
message from one of
acceptable
your
for
field
now.
personnel.
Barely. Let's see if I've got any other big ships. I got the Star Galleon, Dreadnought. I don't have anything bigger than a Star Destroyer. Let's make another one. 38 days! 38! Ah! Hell yeah! Once I have that, I think this sector's fleet will be complete. It'll be good enough for the time being until I get some better ships to replace the ones I've got, but it should be pretty good. Alright, we have got 3 diplomats ready to go. Now if they fail their mission, they'll come back to Talus, which is not much of a trip. But I need to offset the rebel advantage as much as possible. I have 0 facilities here. It's not a good situation. If I can get Orto
One of our
quickly,
agents is reporting in.
that would really help, because then I can stop focusing my efforts here and I can focus them on different sectors which I don't own. So this one, without the approval bar, that one is definitely not one I can take. The rebels can. Oh,
A manufacturing message has been received.
uh-oh, Moncal Cruiser.
There is a message from an Imperial
Okay,
fleet
they've only got
indicating it has
2
reached its destination.
Okay, fingers crossed here, people. Sometimes when you simulate the results, it crashes the desktop. I will come right back into it. Yeah, I lost. I knew I was going to.
Rebel troops are invading one of our planets.
They're assaulting Tangreen. I had nothing there.
There is a message from one of your field personnel.
While we do support the Empire, they now have full control. There's no uprising here. Now, if I had more sector fleets, which I've been trying to build up and I don't, I would be able to fly right over there and take it back. And if you have a place that's loving the Empire but gets taken over, and you like you have to save it. You have to go over, save it, bombard the military facilities, and then right here. And if you see the popular support drop, it means you missed, so you load it. But if you do it just right, not only will this like go full because you've freed them from the rebel oppressors, every other star system in this sector will get a boost because you have freed them from the evil rebel oppressors. Yeah, I know that's a skewed way of looking at the rebels, but go Empire!
One of our agents is
I don't know why I've just always, whenever you have the Star Wars games and they let you choose the good side or the bad side, I'm like, yeah, let's be bad. I'm not going to do that in real life, but I can do it here and be as evil and horrible as I want to.
Manufacturing message has
Do it
been
here.
received. Its destination.
There's 2.
One of our
3.
agents is reporting in.
Uh-oh, Vader's
There is a
done.
message from
That's
Lord
important.
Vader.
Stop. Drop what you're doing. Vader
A
failed.
manufacturing message has been received.
So I'm gonna give Vader a couple days to check out Jerjerrod and Orlok, because Orlok I immediately put on a facility mission, but I might send him over here because this Duros planet really has a pretty 50-50 support, and if I could get Vader and Zuggs to overthrow it, it would be a huge boost. Overthrowing's always a good thing. You overthrow those evil rebel oppressors.
A manufacturing
Dirty
message
bastards.
has been received.
Okay, what do we got? Ah! Commodore just shifted, so my mission was canceled there. I'm going to have to... Oh, no, I didn't have a mission there, but I'm going to have to put someone on Trallis ASAP. It looks like there are no more future Jedi. This is kind of a shit one. One of the things I like to do when I play this is I like to maximize my Jedi, and in fact, I think I'll switch here. I've given you guys a pretty good idea, aside from an actual full-blown, like, ship-to-ship battle. Which I may, well... Like, the big capital ships fighting big capital ships. I only got that little battle. So I haven't got a full-blown good battle, but I might load up another game just to show you just how insane things can get. Interesting. So I switched to this one. We're at day 3,240. We're quite a ways into it. Piet, the diplomat, Zuggs, who is a Jedi in the last one, Mendo, Shanir Rix, and Noble Geraint. There's 3 killers in this group. And apparently I'm at Biss right now. Oh my god, look at all the people I've captured. I'm at Biss right now. I've got some of these guys to act as decoys for all my Jedi. And I have 3 Jedi trying to take it over. Wow, Noble Geraint? I have built up his diplomacy to 86. But look at that, 303, 291. Let's look at Vader, because it's going to be impressive. 217, 305, 220 for diplomacy. Bastards! Took over one of my planets before I fixed this one! Where?
Apparently, there is a message indicating that a prisoner has escaped.
Where did those sons of bitches attack? Oh, let's get them. Can't let that happen. So maybe we'll get a full-blown big-scale battle.
One of our agents
Oh,
is
they're
reporting
being
in.
dicks! Trying to speed through this so you can see my strategy, because
There is a message from Lord Vader.
a friend of mine has this game, and he was like, once they have the the Gen Core shields on their planet. They have the level 2 shields. He cannot land troops or anything. He can't assault the planet. And they can get multiple of them.
Blockading one of the Empire's planets.
Okay, so this is kind of a little fleet. This is the equivalent of a Super Star Destroyer. This is the equivalent of a Lancer class frigate. These two don't have guns. I don't think they're going to be able to run.
The fleet is ready, Admiral. We await your orders.
Yeah, they are dead.
Task Force 1 acknowledges. Assuming
dead.
formation. Task Force 1 Task Force 4
Okay, so
acknowledges mission
everything's
assignment.
in
Task
surround.
Force 5
We have
acknowledges.
selected
Assuming
the
formation.
ships we
Task
want.
Force 5
Lancer class
acknowledges
frigates
mission
going
assignment.
after starfighters, of course. Everything else, the big ships. As soon as all the starfighters are dead, oh no, don't waste our starfighters. No,
Blue Group acknowledges.
I might lose someone. Get back. This isn't worth your time. We'll focus on the super. Now the biggest problem I have is this thing will mess up ships, just like my super will. Wow, are we already done? And obviously, the starfighter killers are faster than a super star destroyer. Obviously. So it gets to pound on some of these other ships, and look at the damage it's doing to its shields. However, the blue means we have tractor beamed it. It can't move around very much. We are starting to pummel it. The super is firing. It's gonna die soon. We've got too many ships for it to live for very long, and when the super hits, you know it, because it's a huge drop in shields. Then we have the shield generator, the weapons, the tractor beam. The engines are already gone, and there goes the weapons. Just the hyperdrive left. And in fact, we're going to focus on another ship because we don't care about hyperdrives. Oh, this is going to be ugly. The starship killers, the fighter killers are not strong. And the super's hitting it. Yep.
Target destroyed.
Oh, ugly. Ugly battle. What are we going to hit now, guys? Their transport? Oh, get wrecked.
Our planet.
So,
Perhaps you should do
here's the planetary bombardment. Boom. What I did is I killed rebel troops. I killed a whole bunch of Wookiees. Boom. That's my planet now, and all the other planets that were slacking
concerning popular support
have now gained a bit of love for the Empire. Okay, so we're gonna send Vader and Farrier. Now, we do the espionage mission first. You have to complete that so you know what you're going against. Because it's probably not going to be 2 Celestin regiments. It's probably going to be more than that. You're just kind of guesstimating from space.
It appears that the Alliance is blockading.
Oh, they're hopping around on me. That's something they will do, is just hop from system to system to avoid your interdictor, because once I catch them, it's over. Death. Yeah,
Fleet is ready, Admiral. We await your orders.
they had one ship.
The rebels are bombarding one of our
One
planets.
ship.
Perhaps you should
Now,
do something
here we
about
go.
this.
Here's our information about Bill Bringy. Look at all of those spies. Every single one of them I can kill, and I can get my Jedi a level. However, for this, I'm not going to bother. I'm going to just kind of breeze through it so you can see my strategy, which works. It always works. It may take some time, but it always works. You take your Dark Jedi, you blow shit up. Godlike, really. So, now that we've stripped the planet of all its defenses, these heroes, they aren't going to do anything to stop your assault. We do a planetary assault. It's ours.
There appears to
And
be
this is where we came in on this one. Whoops. I send Vader. I send Piet. I send Nova Great. They go after the planet. and we'll see how many days it takes. Just out of curiosity. I won't even worry about what anything else is doing. I just wanted to show off. 3319. Boom, right there. 335, well, it was 58, just turned to 59. That is how long. So it took 40 days to completely convince a planet that you just invaded with an occupying force and completely took over, that we're the good guys, we're the best, you want to be on our side. But that is with the Jedi doing it. So, I mean, they will have already gained stats. Vader's up to 235. Piet's at 305. Nova Great 94. Respectable. He's getting very respectable. He is going to be, if you give him enough time, someone on par with Vader who has that diplomacy rating where you can do multiple things with him. And I try and do that with my guys. If I can force them to be a good diplomat, I do it. Just because it means, like, if you have enough guys who can do diplomacy, espionage, and combat, you can split them up and hit multiple different sectors at once. It really makes it quite fun, quite multiple. Anyway, that will be all for this one. I hope you guys had fun. I love this game. It's one of my go-to games when I'm like, I don't know what I should play. You know what? Start a new game in Star Wars Rebellion and take over the galaxy, kicking the crap out of people. Let's see if I can... Oh, wait, there we go, Lando Jedi. That's just one of the things I do. It's fun for me, all this different stuff. Like, Leia Organa. This is quite a bit farther in, 7,000 days, 700 diplomacy. She's shit at everything. But diplomacy, woohoo! Lando, great at everything. My goodness, he is a badass diplomat. Who else did I have? I had, in this one, I had Talon Card. I know that for a fact. Who is a smuggler, not, in the stories, he is not a Jedi. Diplomat. Holy cow. And then, of course, where's Luke? The best. Luke, where are you at? Luke does a little bit of everything. Jedi Master. His leadership sucks, and it's hard to build it back up, but look at those stats. Unbelievable. Of course, this is twice as far into it as my Empire 1. Vader will be there if you just work with him. You can get Leia and some of the others up. If you saw that the heroes, the Bothan spies, they have no defense. You can murder them even if you've got like 50 for your combat. But anyway, that will be all for this one. I hope you had as much fun as I did. Happy International Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. I will try and get my SWG play up on the 4th. No promises. This is the first expansion that Star Wars Galaxies has had since 2005. And this was all done by volunteers. People who aren't being paid. They aren't doing anything. So I may or may not get it up tomorrow. I'm going to try. But if I don't, it should be up the next day. I'm just hoping the server doesn't crash because of bugs. So, leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell so you can see whenever I upload new videos. Links in the description for Facebook, Twitter, and the game. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Catch y'all in the next one. Bye!